success breeds many fathers. So BOST hasn't got the sole shareholder. It's got multiple shareholders. And today I'll reveal all of them. Thank you, my colleague, Minister for Public Enterprises, the Director General for SIGA, the Chairman and members of the Board of Directors of BOST, the Managing Director and members of the BOST management team, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here with you for this significant moment in the journey of BOST. Just about a year ago, at the maiden annual general meeting, I commended the Board of Directors and management of BOST for their remarkable achievement in transforming the company from a decade of losses to profitability. We were all blasted, including the MD of BOST. They said it was a fake AWAM results. But I'm happy today that we are all here to join you once again for this significant occasion. If this is AWAM, we should continue doing a lot of AWAM at the various AGMs of the various state-owned organizations so that the government and the people of Ghana will benefit from such state institutions. This AGM holds great importance for corporate governance of BOST and other SOEs. So I would like to see many more SOEs having AGMs and truly telling the public what they are doing on behalf of Ghana. I've had the opportunity to review the company's performance over the past year, and I must express satisfaction and admiration for the financial accomplishments of the company's management within that short time frame. BOST has transitioned from negative equity. We have been hearing negative equity this week and last week a lot in this country, Ghana. From a negative equity of 248,190,799 cedis in 2021 to a positive equity position of 86,466,542 cedis in 2022. And I hope this year will even be more. This positive equity now places BOST on a sound footing to enable the company to pay dividends. And I want to repeat, we want to hear the dividends that is coming to the Ghana government. We should also not lose sight of the fact that if BOST is doing well, it's with the total support of SIGA and the Ministry of Energy. It was a conscious decision to give more to those who deliver. It's even in the Bible, right? When BOST delivered last year. So when this year we were doing gold for oil, we had no company to go to because we had a choice, either to use BOST or to go for Go, because they are all state entities. And I insisted that as BOST that can deliver. And so we are here to celebrate BOST today. It is worth noting that after making a profit of 161 million in 2021, the company has significantly increased its profit to 342 million. But yes, I want to hear how much is coming to government. An impressive growth over 100% on behalf of the government and the people of Ghana. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the Board of Directors, the management and staff of BOST. The progress made by BOST exemplifies the path we should continue to follow. And we encourage you to increase the momentum to sustain this performance and strive for even greater heights. I hope BOST is not going to be listed as one of the companies for sale very, very soon. The more successful we are, the more we have to sell you off. So be moderate in your success, but build up on it year by year. BOST's success contributes to the fiscal policies of government and supports our national growth and development agenda. It is my expectation that the state-owned enterprises will learn from BOST's story and replicate this performance across all SOEs. This, I believe, will ensure that the government can effectively execute its flagship programs using the revenues generated by all state enterprises. What BOST is doing today is very significant in Ghana's history. That we set up BOST 1993, exactly 30 years, and we are now declaring profits. But most people forget that not all public institutions can be profit-making institutions. Some are set up to protect the ordinary citizens of this country, and that mandate should not be lost on people, especially now that you are declaring profit. You'll be hearing people, let's privatize BOST, let's put it on stock market. It is working in a very, very sensitive area of the economy. And if anything is to show, we should all look at what was happening to petrol prices between September last year and December last year. That in the space of 3 months, petrol moved from about 13 cities to 23 cities. And just with the intervention of BOST, how prices at least have dropped. The first time in Ghana's history such a calamitous drop has happened positively. From 23, now still less than 13 cities. If we didn't have BOST, what would have happened? So when people say we should privatize everything, I am distinctly against it, especially in a sector like petroleum. We have to keep sensitive organizations, institutions, and that to protect the ordinary Ghanaian. Till the advent of the gold for oil, nobody queried why we're doing forecasting and the forecasters were benefiting while the citizens were suffering. Now that BOST is performing, people will be drawing their daggers. They can all do the same. They never do it, so somebody does it, and they say, we can all do the same. But thank you, board chair and your board members. BOST is one of the companies that disturbs me least. I sleep easy because they are in firm control of the board, the management and staff, and kudos to what you have done. Irrespective of what the media was up against us last year, saying all manner of things, accumulated in their coffin and things. But shoulder on. One other thing worth noting is that BOST margin, and I do hear people within here, without here, all making prophetic statements about BOST margin. So remove it. The private companies haven't got it. We are not going to remove BOST margin. In fact, over the year, we have identified serious anomalies in the petroleum down sector that we need an institution like BOST to protect the ordinary citizens of Ghana and ensure that there is fairness in the petroleum downstream market. And we are going to direct BOST to make sensitive, securitized interventions, secure intervention in certain areas, the petroleum downfield, that nobody can hold Ghanaians to ransom, because that happened. In 2022, we increased the BOST margin from 7% to 9%, and I'm an advocate for it to go even higher. The benefits of BOST intervention should not be lost on us, that money given to BOST and targeted will be put to very good use. We did a lot of, facilitated a lot and commissioned a lot of major works. Out of this BOST margin, we commissioned and operationalized the Tema-Akosombo petroleum product, I think is a pipeline. Completion of the Kumasi rehabilitation projects. Repair and commission of the 3 remaining tanks. Construction of the BRV park at Accra Plains Depot. Completion of the Tema to Kumasi pipeline feed. These transformations have led to improved operational efficiency and have set the company on a trajectory for growth. I am aware that in pursuit of maintaining this positive trajectory, the management of the company has sought a debt swap, equity swap, which is currently awaiting approval from the Ministry of Finance. You know, the Ministry of Finance, the more I read the Public Financial Management Act, also owns BOST one way or the other. It's very, very interesting, the fathers of BOST. The Ministry of Finance to the Public Financial also owns all shareholding and holds all shareholding in government agencies. So they are also a father of BOST, right? And then SIGA, by their law, also owns all shares or holds all shares in companies. So that's the second father. And the Ministry of Energy, that is some set up BOST and registered it, so you have our name in the registry. It's supposed also to be a father. It's the principal father. And yeah, okay. So we have surrogates who actually conceived. We need the BOST mother. Because the mother will settle all the issues, right? Because it is said, only mothers do. So I'm looking for the BOST mother. I pray that the fathers that are hearing Ministry of Public Enterprises and ourselves will employ upon the Ministry of Finance to support in this debt equity swap. I also acknowledge the political dynamics surrounding the company's operations. It appears that whenever the efficiency of BOST improves, there's a political statement too. My speech writers, if they start beating me up, own apple. If I'm to read the paragraph. Political dynamics surround the company's operations. It appears that whenever the efficiency of BOST improves, it challenges the prosperity of certain private stakeholders, leading to unfounded allegations and calculated mudslinging against BOST and all supporters of BOST in an attempt to bring back the former inefficiencies. You see, in Ghana, we love sharing poverty. We want all of us to be poor at the same time. So the more profit and efficient you become, the more others want you to come down. That's why I say be careful in your progress with these profits, because it's going to worry all of us very soon. Indeed, the government is fully aware of these tactics aimed at derailing the company. And we wish to assure you that we are fully behind you and your noble efforts to consolidate the gains that have been made. His Excellency the President, in renewing your mandate, is also establishing a fact of support, and that he has noticed the good stuff the board and the management and staff of BOST are doing. So he's renewed the mandate of the Chief Executive. I don't know if it's for 5 years. Is it 4 or 3.5? Regarding fuel security, the government is committed to equipping BOST with the necessary resources to fully enable it to undertake its mandate fully. We are actively considering different modalities for achieving this goal. In the last 2-3 years, all over Africa, and even certain parts of Europe, we've seen queues and queues and queues of cars waiting for fuel. This is the middle of London and Paris, just mentioned. We seem to take everything for granted in this country, that nothing is working. In fact, a lot of things are working. And in commending BOST on this matter, we also commend MPA for its regulatory supervision of the industry to ensure that those who say privatize everything, they are not there to support government in any way when scarcity happens. So we are going to ensure that BOST takes the necessary, giving the necessary resources to acquire certain strategic assets to protect the ordinary Ghanaian. We know that not many people are going to agree with us, but the benefits will be seen and will be shared. BOST has been at the center of our gold for oil policy, which seeks to provide fuel to Ghanaians at competitive prices by reducing our dependence on forex for import of petroleum products. This statement must not be construed that we don't use forex to import. We still use forex to import, but we are not at the neck of the Bank of Ghana to be providing at least $400 million a month for our fuel bill. And it is instructive that those of us who are sat around the table in this goes for oil, one of our most difficult stakeholders, recently, less than a month ago, was praising this government policy, and that is Bank of Ghana. They've been urged on by everybody around the world to stop or drop the gold for oil policy. They have stood resolute, and they've seen the benefits to even them, apart from what the Ghanaian ultimately has seen the benefit. If petrol prices have come down from 23 cedis to still less than 13, it's for the effort of BOST. And BOST deserve a clap. Again, controversial statement. The government is keenly reviving and trying to retool the thermal oil refinery, courtesy, SIGA, and public enterprise. I think those who wrote this speech for me, reminding me that just across between BOST and TOR, there are happenings in TOR. Why don't we do the magic there? It's all about leadership. It's all about leadership. They all started from huge debts in the hundreds and millions of dollars. One is making profit. One is also helping us very well to get there. We believe that TOR and BOST can collaborate and work effectively if both institutions are doing well. And we in the Ministry of Energy will continue to support efforts as making TOR the best refiner in Africa. Because one thing that we lacked in the fuel crisis was our own refiner to supply fuel product for us. So we were beholden and still beholden to the international oil trading companies. But for gold for oil, I'm 100% certain fuel price would have been over 50 cedis per now. And if it had gotten there, those who are advocating private sector good, public sector bad, would have been advocating Ronaldo out and somebody in, right? So some of us do accept that the more success box chocks in this gold for oil policy, the more some of us, we have to protect our heads very well, because we are, like BOST says, not me, like BOST says, the more efficient they become, the more some private sector stakeholders also shiver. So we'll continue efforts to making TOR, also reviving TOR, so that together, TOR and BOST, as state institutions plus GOIL, can play a very vital role in the security of our downstream market for the benefit of Ghana and Ghanaians. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Board of Directors, the management and staff of BOST for achieving this impressive 112% increase in profit compared to the previous year. I urge the board and management to remain steadfast in their efforts to realize this company's vision. The remarkable performance of BOST reinforces my firm belief that state-owned enterprises can generate profits, can pay dividends, and make significant contributions to the government's fiscal policies with the right, and I emphasize, with the right leadership, attitude, and balance. The BOST model should serve as an exemplary example for all SOEs. I have full confidence, 100%, in Honorable Kujo, the identifier and writer of theories, that his magic he has done for BOST to move them from a debt position of 400 billion to generating profit, he can extend it to PBC. And he can extend it to TOR. Between you and Director General SIGA, your KPIs should do the magic. It tells you that it's not only KPIs that matter, that the person you put there also matters. I have full confidence in public enterprises and SIGA, and I hope you spare no effort in encouraging and leading other SOEs to fulfill their mandates and visions. I must say that I am having trouble with a specific request from BOST. Every month, that I should hand them over to SIGA. I should hand them over to SIGA and Public Enterprises. And I've promised them that I have the letter draft already on my table. The day I get the letter requesting from Tor and Ghana Slender and all going to Public Enterprises, I've even bought a special pen for that. I'll sign it. But what I say, by maintaining a clear focus, we can collectively contribute to making Ghana a proud and a prosperous nation. Thank you for your valuable time and attention. May God continue to bless our homeland Ghana. Make us great and strong. Thank you.